got a little bit that we've done since the last time that I recorded a video. I've been working on the 1 ton lately, and part of that is for twofold reasons. I'd like to build a truck that I can take and haul a vehicle with, kind of like a tow truck, kind of a long distance hauler. Around here it's not that big of a deal. We just throw something on the trailer, but the trailer weighs 3,000 pounds and fuel mileage winds up being an issue. Along with fuel, the truck that we're building, we've converted from diesel to gasoline. So right now in the country, it's fall of 2022. Diesel just went up again. It's around $5.10, $5.20 per gallon in our area. And gasoline right now is around $3.30 or $3.20 per gallon. So a $2 difference per gallon, even though a lot of times when you're pulling a load, you get better fuel mileage with a diesel, and diesel doesn't tend to go bad like gasoline does. It doesn't make sense to just run diesel. So this gives us an option. Winter's coming and I don't have to plug in a gasoline powered vehicle to keep it warm and for it to start in the morning. There's that option. The other thing too is I would like a 1 ton to be able to go haul wood or whatever I want. So this truck allows us to do that. And probably the last reason and the most important reason really is we've built the truck completely out of spare parts that we've had laying around the house. Had a sawmill sawing them up for us, just charged me $40. I think we're still in the free territory. We've sold parts off of this truck that make it kind of a cost negative. So far we're still in the free truck zone. We're gonna put together this flatbed. Maybe in the future we'll add some steel to it. Took the fuel tank out of the rear. So that's what that is. I think it's a little bit smaller. It's definitely narrower. And so I think with that skid plate, we might be able to put it underneath the Rock Crawler Suburban and have a little bit smaller fuel tank, but a little bit better ground clearance. Be looking for that. And then we're going to trim all that up with the skill saw. Get rid of the live edge on most of it. Put it on the flatbed. I think probably the biggest chore with doing this flatbed is getting it all laid out, just so that I can figure out how to use the most out of these pieces of wood. Yeah, so far I've been able to trim a bunch of the live edges down, and you know, I've got some gaps here and there, but That'll allow me to use most of the wood. I'm about to run out. I've got to make one more cut, trim this up, and then I should be about the width that I want. It's temporary, so this way we can go get some more logs, maybe get them sawn, and start building some other stuff. Gives us some time to get some steel so that I can build the headache rack and the pivot that I want to build for hauling the Suburban on top of. Collapsible gin pole. I think we're going to put a receiver hitch in the front of the bed so that we can take and tie in the receiver hitch mounted winch, and then we'll have a gin pole coming up here, and then the winch will come through the gin pole, and we'll be able to pull motors and lift trucks, maybe tow trucks a little bit to a degree, but it's got to be collapsible because I don't want it on there all the time. It'll also help us get some logs up on there. Really anything that we want to lift onto the flatbed, the gin pole will be good for. And then with having that pivot on the back of the truck, and maybe also a gooseneck hitch, maybe I can incorporate both of them into the same thing. I'm not sure. Time will tell, but that's the idea right now, is to have a truck that we can use for multiple different applications, and it's free. So yeah, so I'm going to trim up a couple more boards, and then we're going to lay this out and start screwing it down and bolting it to the frame. What do you think? A couple more screws, screw down all those boards. I think it'll work good for a free temporary flatbed. So, got to build a receiver hitch, put in some brake lights. Got some ideas for that. Okay, so let it be known that I'm documenting this. The only reason that I'm doing this is because this is the wood that I had. It was free. If I could have sold it and made money on it, I would have, but they were junk logs, and they were too small to sell to a mill or anything like that. And I can use it as a flatbed. And I have leftover oil that I can use as a stain and a protectant. So this is me documenting what I'm doing. So yes, I am getting ready to take and smear used dirty motor oil all over some walnut logs that I had sawn into planks for a flatbed. Here goes. believe I'm doing this. Maybe it'll look good when it's done. Maybe nobody will give me crap. I doubt it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.